Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the HY3 cast week of sports. Starting off in the NBA, we have a whole slew of free agency and trade talk to cover. So just going through this real quick. You got Miles Turner to the Bucks with Damian Lillard waived to make way for him. Interesting decision there by the Bucks, giving up Damian Lillard. Miles Turner, people were thinking he's going to go back to the Pacers, but goes to the Bucks, so we'll see what goes on with there. The Nuggets are loading up this offseason with Cam Johnson, Jonas Valanciunas, Bruce Brown, and Tim Hardaway Jr. all going to the Nuggets. They're getting Jokic some help there, and all they lose pretty much is Michael Porter Jr., so good win there for the Nuggets, I believe. Some quicker ones, D'Lo to the Mavericks. He's going to get a chance to be a starting point guard there until Kyrie gets back. Tyler Jerome to the Grizzlies. Kevon Looney to the Pelicans. Brook Lopez to the Clippers. Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard to the Hawks. The Hawks have had a great offseason as well. Jordan Clarkson to the Knicks. Ayton to the Lakers. Will the Lakers be able to defend pick and rolls with Luka Doncic and DeAndre Ayton? Probably not, but it could work out for them. Duncan Robinson to the Pistons. Cam Whitmore to Washington. That was a big move there. Cam Whitmore most likely going to break out there in Washington next year. Kyle Lowry returns to the 76ers. And the big trade that happened a couple of days ago was John Collins to the Clippers. And along with that trade, we sent Norman Powell to the Heat. And Utah gets Kyle Anderson and Kevin Love. So good 3-team trade there. Norman Powell to the Heat. That's an interesting move there. He's a very underrated player, so we'll see how he does in Miami. Moving on to the MLB, the Blue Jays, Tigers, Astros, Red Sox, and Mariners are on fire right now. Absolutely scorching. Especially the Blue Jays. They are 10-0 in their last 10, I believe. They cannot be stopped right now, so good baseball by them. And on the other end of the coin, the Guardians, the Braves, the Angels, the Nationals, and the Reds are ice cold. Guardians lost their last 10 games. They need to lock in, figure out what's going wrong, because if they don't, it could get ugly. Shohei Ohtani is currently dominating the MLB, currently a 1.000 OPS above that. And he's on pace to crush both the home run and run records. Will he be able to do this? We shall see, but he's looking really, really good right now. And the All-Star rosters for the MLB will be released July 15th. We will certainly see Shohei Ohtani on that list, among some others. You want to feature in the MLB? By all means, let me know down below. And lastly, we got the sports out of season. A lot of stuff to talk about this episode. College football has changed a lot recently, and we're going to have Eagles fan praise 57. Tell you guys a little bit more about that. Take it away.
Ever since 2020, I believe college football has gone out of hand. From conference realignment to division promos, we never get a season of rest. I love the moving, I'll admit, but there is something with the instability of constant movement. We never get the same layout 2 seasons in a row. Another thing is the playoff bracket. I am a believer in the playoff bracket because you get more action and there are more opportunities for teams to win it all. My final thing about recent NCAA football is the fact that the Big Ten and SEC feel like the only 2 conferences that give crap. The other P4 cons are close, but not there. Who won the Natty? Big Ten. Who had possibly the biggest upsets in recent years? Both SEC and Big Ten. Who has won the last 5 Natties? Big Ten and the SEC. What I'm saying is that we need more spread out stability, or the college football world will be more chaotic than a Phillies riot. Check out my Discord server in the description and my 2 YouTube channels, Eagles Fan Praise 57 and Deep South Sports Podcast.
All right, thank you for the insight there, Eagles Fan Praise. You guys can check out his Discord and YouTube channels down below. But anyway, speaking on the SEC and Big Ten dominance, 3 of these 4 teams, according to ESPN, who could dominate: South Carolina, Nebraska, Texas Tech, and Georgia Tech. According to ESPN, they could surprise next year. 3 of those 4 are in the SEC or Big Ten, so he could have a point with that. Moving on to the NFL, there was a huge trade recently. Jalen Ramsey got sent to Pittsburgh and Minka Fitzpatrick to Miami. Cornerback switch there. Both corners are pretty solid, so we'll see. Minka Fitzpatrick might be more of a safety. You guys know more about the NFL than I do, probably. I try my best. I'm trying my best, more likely, to keep up with it, but we'll see about that. I saw the O-line list they came out with. I don't have it listed, but I thought the Eagles had the number 1 O-line and the Broncos number 2. So, maybe the Broncos get something going next year. The NFL Top 100 was released this week, 90 through 89. It says 90 through 89, but I think that's supposed to be 90 through 81, maybe. So sorry about that. But anyway, Zach Allen and James Cook headline that list. You can check it out online somewhere, I'm sure. And the training camp begins mid to late July. Could be starting to get some starting quarterback announcements, so that's always fun to watch and look out for there. And then in college basketball, there's a rule update recently, where basically they revamped the review system in college basketball. Like, where basically, under 2 minutes, it would just be review after review. And so now coaches have one challenge and the video reviews are out. So it's kind of like the NBA, more like the NBA there. There's still always video reviews for like goaltends or whether determining whether a shot was a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer. There's still video reviews for that. But as for out of bounds and fouls and stuff like that, there's no reviews for that no more, just challenges. So could speed up the game a little bit better there. It's exciting to see there. If you want to have a Hydra Fantasy League, I've said this every other episode, but if you want to have a Hydra Fantasy League, just let me know down below. For football, basketball, I'm down for anything. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the HY3 Cast. Another quick one. There's not too much to talk about right now. Sports off season, like I said. Once we get into August, it's going to start ramping up. But anyway, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.